Just dump your beans in. Oh. Okay, don't do it like that though. Good morning, everyone. The last time I made an AeroPress coffee, I ended up grinding 2 batches of coffee beans. So I was just left over with these extra beans. And I should probably use these sometime soon, so I was thinking today's the day. So let's make an AeroPress. Since the beans are already weighed out and ground, there's not much left for us to do apart from heating up the water. So let's turn that on and let the water heat up. In the meantime, I was thinking maybe I can explain a bit of my AeroPress workflow. Although, to be honest, it's not that complicated. The whole purpose, or at least my purpose, the whole reason I have an AeroPress is to have something quick and easy and that I can take with me on the go, whether it be for traveling or just on hikes or even biking. But yeah, the key thing here is quick and easy. I don't want it to require all the elaborate and precise steps required for espresso, nor do I want it being as time consuming as pour over. It's really something quick and easy, while still getting relatively good results. And so far I've found AeroPress always makes something pretty good. In terms of the grind size, let's see here. It doesn't have to be anything too precise. We're looking for something between espresso and pour over. Anywhere between there should be good, and then I kind of just adjust based on feel. I think for this batch I ended up using the niche, but usually when making AeroPress I'll use a manual hand grinder just to keep in theme with the purpose of the AeroPress. This is usually something I have with me on the go, so I obviously won't have my niche with me. And the manual hand grinder works great. I don't know if you can see here. There's several notches that you can play with. There's an espresso range, which I don't usually use, but I think the espresso range is like 5 to 8, and then pour over is like 12 to 16. So for AeroPress, I'm aiming for 10. The 10th notch. But for today, we're not using that. Alright, so hot water's ready. So you're gonna see this is super complicated. Just dump your beans in. Oh. Okay, don't do it like that though. Okay. Second try. Dump your beans into the AeroPress, not next to it. Too many things going on. I suck at explaining while doing something. So, sorry. Let's leave that there. Okay. Okay, dump your beans into the AeroPress. About 15 grams is what I usually use for AeroPress. Seems to be good. The next step is take your hot water, and sometimes I just fill it straight to the top, but what I've started doing now is doing a bit of a bloom. So maybe 1/3 of the way, and then stop there. And then mix it up a bit. Get it nice and mixed. And then let it sit for a few seconds there. We're also gonna rotate the camera over here. Quick break. Okay, I just wanted better lighting there. So immediately after stirring, fill it back to the top. You can maybe wait 10 seconds after stirring. It doesn't really matter, just do what you feel like. Almost at the top. You can turn that off. Grab one of your filter papers, toss it in there. And I know some people will pour a bit of hot water on this beforehand. I don't usually do that. Maybe I should, but again, I want the steps to be quick and easy. We'll do it here. I'm curious, but I don't normally do this. If you have time, maybe it's a good idea, because it removes some of the chemicals from the paper. But that's not my priority when making AeroPress. And then you let it sit for a bit. I probably should have stirred a bit. I do a bit of a handshake. Whatever. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do this inverted method with the AeroPress upside down. I find it super easy. I've never had any issues with it. I guess some people find it can be messy, but I haven't experienced that myself. So once you wait for about a minute, grab your mug and just flip the AeroPress upside down. Make sure the camera is still in focus. And then you simply push down. And as long as your grind size isn't espresso, as long as it's not too fine, it shouldn't be too hard to push. This one, for example, is a bit too fine. I should have made it a bit more coarse. But it's okay, like we're getting there. It's good to have a bit of resistance. And then I stop once I hear that. That sound. As soon as I hear it, I stop. And then there you go. We have AeroPress Coffee. And it tastes pretty good. Maybe a little stale, but I'm gonna blame that on the fact that those beans have been sitting there in open air for about a week. If they were fresh beans, this would definitely be a better cup. But can't complain. That's good coffee. If you had this on a hike, you'd be happy. If you had this over your instead of hotel coffee, you'd be happy. And I'm happy because I have my coffee. Oh, and before I forget, another thing that's nice about the AeroPress is it's pretty easy to clean. I'm not going to do it here because I usually go in the kitchen to do it. You just take the lid off and you put it down, and then you just slam the AeroPress grounds into a garbage, and then you rinse it off, wipe it off, and you're done. Every once in a while I might actually properly clean it with a sponge, but usually I find just rinsing it down with water and wiping it is good enough. Yeah. Okay, we'll end it there. That's AeroPress. Thank you. Bye. I already removed my camera from the tripod, but I wanted to add this real quick. What's also really nice about the AeroPress is it's like an americano in the sense that it's not as strong and small as a espresso. Because I find with espresso, although I really like the taste, it's way too small. You're done that drink in 10 seconds, and then you're craving more coffee. Whereas with the AeroPress, an americano, this is why I always turn my espressos into americano, it lasts longer. You get to enjoy your coffee for a bit longer. And so that's what's fun about the AeroPress. It's a bigger drink, and so it lasts you a few minutes as opposed to seconds. And it's still relatively strong versus, let's say, a pour over. Yep, just wanted to add that real quick. It's kind of funny, I'm showing this and now I feel like I should do a coffee setup tour. I won't do that today, but here's a little teaser preview. Alright.